Have you ever wondered what therapy is like, or what your loved ones talk about when they are with their therapist? Well, now you can be a fly on the wall in a real therapy session, an unnoticed observer. During this episode, you'll hear a real group therapy session with a modern twist. Our group therapy sessions are done as a mock podcast where participants are encouraged to have open dialogue about their mental health and addiction challenges. As an observer of this episode, we hope that you will learn something helpful for those among us whose struggles often go unnoticed. All personally identifiable information has been removed for the privacy of the participants. Thank you for listening.
There is much to talk about today. And Maxwell has family coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get to that. And Sync is... Yeah, what's going on, man?
Well, I have to pretty much get rid of all my friends. Says the doctors and my parents, so...
What about you? What do you think?
I agree to a point.
Mm-hmm.
But I love all those kids to death, and I'm pretty upset about it.
So why do you have to get rid of them?
Because, well, they smoke weed,
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of like what got me into a position. And even though they said they were going to stop, I still have to cut them off because they're not going to be good for me.
For how long?
Pretty much forever, she said.
Forever?
Yeah.
I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't agree either. So
here's what I think.
I asked, if they changed down the road, if I could, go back, and she said no.
All right, here's what I think is going on. I'm just going to level with you.
Okay.
I think sometimes when the pendulum swings one way, you have to swing all the way to the extreme the other way. But where do you wind up in the end? In the middle. So, you were over here, which wound you up in rehab. So, if they told you meet in the middle, then where are you going to wind up? In the middle of the middle and the bad part.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to tell you, and it is responsible and correct to tell you to go extreme. But they know, and I know, that if you go extreme, you wind up in the middle, which is a healthy place to be. And that's what this is about. Yeah, maybe you need to cut them off for a while. I think definitely in the immediate you should, because...
Yeah, I agree too, in the immediate.
Here's the thing. No one's going to be able to make you do anything forever. You're your own man. You always will be. You know? And you're all your own people. You know that? We could tell you here what we think is best for you. But it has to come from inside you if you want to change. And you know that. You know that. Nobody's going to be keeping tabs on your whole life. It's only you. You know, I had this really interesting revelation about my eating this week. Because I fell off with my eating for a day. Actually, if I'm being honest, for 2.5 days. I've been eating real well. I've been losing weight. I've been so proud of myself. And then for 2.5 days, I just went back to old me. And I put on 4 pounds. And I felt really bad, and I'm messing up. And I heard this voice in my head that was we went out and there was bomb steaks. And I'm usually vegan throughout the week, and that's how I've been losing weight and being healthy. But and I was getting offered this steak for free because it was my birthday. And I'm the voice...
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This voice in my head is it's your birthday, dude. Eat a steak. You're getting a bomb steak for free. Eat this steak. And then I'm no, I shouldn't. I gotta get healthy. I'm overweight. I want to live. And then the voice was dude, you already didn't eat healthy this morning or yesterday or the day before. So just finish out the day and don't eat healthy, but at least you'll be getting a steak out of it. And then tomorrow... you start over again. And I was no. Because I want to start right now. I don't want For me, that's like using, you know? I'm like, I don't want to use again. I want to be clear-minded. I want to be healthy. I want to start my year right. I want to do it right on my birthday. I want to live. I want to be healthy. So no right now. Even if there is no such thing as like the whole day is ruined if part of the day is ruined. That's a lie. Because because then what about an hour? Like, why a day? You know, like. So that's when I realized something. I've heard this said, but sometimes you hear things and they're like memes in your head, but you don't really internalize them into your soul. I remember this thing I've heard a million times, but for the first time it touched me in my soul. And that was, it's not about how you fall off, it's about how you get back up. And then I realized that's the best I've ever gotten back up in my life. Because I turned down like my favorite thing, a steak. I turned down like the hardest thing. And it was free, and it was at my favorite steakhouse. And it was like, I just got up like a champion. Like, yeah, I fell. But I've never gotten up this well before. Like, and all of a sudden, instead of beating myself up for falling, I was celebrating myself for getting up like a champion. I'm like, wow, if I would have never fallen off again, I would have never known that I could come back this strong. This hard. It's like, yeah, 2.5 days. Okay, you got me. You got me, voice. You know, you got me, part of me that wants to destroy myself, for 2.5 days. I hope you're happy. But I'm back with 10 times the firepower. You know, whatever. like a freaking action hero. So that's the only voice that matters, is that voice inside you that wants to change. Like, people could tell you anything. I could be like, from now on, you are to never, ever go for a run. Like, and you'd be like, dude, I'm probably going to go for a run at some point. Never! You know, or something. It's like, you may never speak to these friends again. Never! It's like, dude, you're going to do what you're going to do. Should you take their advice to heart? 100%. They want the best for you. They're not telling you that because it's not good for you. They're like, I'm sure your friends are awesome people for the most part. And lots of awesome people smoke weed. I mean, you did. It doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah, and that's why I was like kind of confused. It's like, that's the only thing they did wrong. Like,
yeah, they're not bad people. They're not. But they are indulging in something that is messing you up right now.
yeah, so I guess I just need to cut the tie off until they're off of that, I guess.
Here's what I would say.
And later in life, maybe it can work out that we're friends again. But
yeah, if you're supposed to be, then you will be.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad people.
Yeah.
They're your friends. You're a good guy. You know how to choose friends. Like, yeah, I'm sure you've chose some friends that aren't great for you, but for the most part, you're a good guy. You attract good people. It's true for all of you. Like, you're gonna pick up some like, there's two parts to everybody, right? There's the part to you that is like good and wonderful, and then there's the part to you that's like I'm gonna burn it all down, right? There's both those parts. So sometimes you attract people who are like, hey, that person's good and wonderful, I'm good and wonderful, let's be friends. And sometimes you attract people who are like, that person wants to burn it all down, I want to burn it all down, let's be friends. So sometimes you attract friends from the wrong part of you. And then in those situations, I don't even feel like you don't ever have to talk to them again, but I have friends that I used to do like stuff with that I don't want to do anymore because it wasn't good for me. And I don't hate them. I never was like, you're unfriended, canceled forever. I just don't indulge with them anymore. I don't engage with them anymore because I'm like, I'm not strong enough that if I'm hanging out with them, I know that I'm going to be able to like resist. But I don't like the way I am when I do that stuff. I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel healthy. I don't feel like that's me anymore. Like, that was me back then, but like, you know, you want to be an evolving person. You want to change. It's like somebody made a really good joke the other night that I heard where they're like flip-flopping. They were talking about flip-flopping. They're like, why do people get mad when politicians flip-flop? They're like, that person has an opinion that wasn't their opinion in 1995. He's like, isn't it good to like grow and evolve and change as you learn about life? He's like, what if you're a kid and you're like, I hate broccoli, and then you're like an old man, and you're like, I hate broccoli because I decided when I was a kid I hate broccoli. It's like, so you never reevaluated? Like, it's like, right? It's a good joke. So you change. We all change. The only people that don't change are people who are stuck in arrested development, right? They're stuck in a. They're not evolving. It's an issue. It's an issue because nobody cared. Nobody helped them. They never wound up getting the help they need. You guys are getting it. Whether you choose to take it or not, that's on you. But you have it here. I mean, this is it. And I know there's always this feeling like, well, if it doesn't work this time, I'll just go to another rehab. It's like, not really. I mean, you don't want to be that guy or girl, or person who's just always putting off help. Because...
Why are you looking at me?
I wasn't looking at you.
She's looking at Monkey.
Are you that person?
I used to be.
Okay. It's like, look, what's something you like?
Horses.
All right. Really?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you like about horses?
I like their like connection.
So if I was like, Shakira, I got a horse like parked like outside this place right now. You want to see it?
Mm-hmm.
You want to see it now?
Yeah.
Why don't you put it off?
Because I really like horses.
Because
I want to meet a horse.
it makes you feel good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same is about help. Like, why put it off? Like, if the help is right here, don't put it off. It's good for you.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's right here, right now. Grab it. Take it now. It's right here. It's your horse, you know?
I've been saying this is my last rehab because I was in rehab for 10 months now. I was in like treatment.
Yeah.
So
you kept being like, not this time. I've got another time. I'll do it then.
Mm-hmm.
I've got another time. I know people, by the way, I don't want to scare you guys, that put it off and died. You know, like, it's like, oh, I'll get the help next time. And then all of a sudden it's like, by the way, there is no next time. You should have done it last time. You're dead now.
Right.
And it sucks. And one of them was really close to me. And even when I say it, like, I'm having to fight to be professional and not start crying. Because I don't want to cry at my job, you know? But that's how bad it hurts the people who love you. And forget about them. What about him? My friend. He lost everything. Everything. Like, if I stole your glasses or your shirt, you'd be like, what the hell? That's messed up. You just stole my favorite shirt. When you die, it's like someone stole everything from you. Every shirt you're ever gonna own. Everything you ever did own. Every friendship. Every love. Every amazing experience, adventure that you were ever gonna have. Every vacation. Every opportunity you never saw coming. And it's like, don't set yourself up to get massively robbed. Set yourself up to live a baller life, you know? So, like, I get why it's a bummer that they'd be like, dude, don't be friends with your friends anymore. It's like, well, do you not trust that I'm good at making friends, that these are good guys? It's like, no, we do. We know you. We know you have great friends. We know you're a great guy. You attract great people. And we know at the end of the day, a lot of the population smokes weed. It doesn't make them criminals. It's actually been decriminalized in a lot of places. But we just know that it's
Even
not
where I'm
good.
from.
Yeah, it's just not good for you. It's not good for them, but it's especially not good for you.
Especially at the age I'm at.
Yeah, especially right now when you need to be like crushing it
on
in life.
School, focusing on
You could be crushing
everything
it.
else.
Like,
yeah.
it's just like, it's like me and the steak. I'm like, what's it really going to do for me? A few minutes of enjoyment? Like, what does those friendships really have to offer you right now? I mean, I'm pretty sure you got everything out of them that they had to offer. And you ever heard of, like, Facebook? I know you guys aren't on Facebook, but, like, I've reconnected with friends of mine from, like, 20 years ago. And we pick up, like, no time has passed. It's like, they're going to be there. They're going to be there in 10 years, and they're going to be like, and you'll be like, sorry I had to cut you off. And they'd be like, nah, I totally get it. I'm glad you got the help you needed. Want to go and get a coffee or something? And then, boom, you're right back where you were. It's all good. It's not going anywhere. You know? Take. You ever heard of one day at a time? That's another one that I finally understand. It's like, you don't have to worry about not being friends with them forever. That's too tall an order. Don't be friends with them. Or, I don't even say don't be friends with them. Just don't be hanging out with them tomorrow. You know? Or today. You know? And then tomorrow you'll reevaluate. And hopefully you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll be like, I am still interested in, like, preserving my health. So I'm just going to not hang out with them today. Like, one day at a time. When you tell someone forever, it's really hard because it's overwhelming amount of time. Like, you can't even perceive forever. Just, like, one day at a time, preserve yourself, protect yourself, and take care of yourself, because that's what we all want for you. Because we see a tremendous potential in every one of you. And we know that the world needs you guys. Like, the world needs you guys. Like, more so than ever. So that's what I think.
Thank you. That helped a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, now let's turn it over to Maxwell. Because big things are happening. Mom is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear about it.
So my mom is coming on Sunday for family visitation. Just bringing some necessities and something I would like, along with herself.
What is it?
I need new shoes.
Nice.
The ones I'm wearing are super holy. Like, they're crap.
I put my new shoes on and everything seems... You know that song?
No.
You guys know that song?
I don't know.
Dude, it's one of my favorite songs. It's a Scottish singer, Pablo Natili. You know, I put my new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put my new shoes on and everyone's smiling. It's so inviting. I'm low on money. You don't know that? All right. So that's exciting. Mom's coming, bringing them new shoes. And what are you going to do when she's here?
Just hang out and embrace her.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's been a long time. It feels like it's been like forever since I've seen her.
Yeah.
It's been a month. A month and a couple days.
You must miss her like crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm. I miss everyone in my family. Even a psychopath.
Huh?
Even a psychopath.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my sister.
Oh, is your sister crazy?
Mm-hmm.
What if I just start playing songs about... Does that make her crazy? Hold on, let me play this. Does that make me crazy?
Are you gonna cry? Oh, of course.
That's good. Oh, man. So you're going to see your mom, you're going to cry, you're going to... What kind of shoes is she bringing you?
I think she's bringing me Converse. I don't know. It's up to her.
I
just
pictured
need
them
shoes.
being Converse, by the way. I don't know. Am I psychic?
Converse are my favorite brand of shoes.
Yeah, I like Converse. They're pretty cool.
Did you know they're basketball shoes?
Are they really?
Yeah, my mom said they were. They started off as like a popular basketball shoe.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that until like yesterday.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So, is anybody else's family coming to town?
Mine's coming the weekend after.
How do you feel about it?
Pretty good. I haven't seen my parents in forever, so.
It's such a good feeling, you know? I'm excited. My parents are coming to visit in... I don't know exactly when, but they're coming in, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's like... Especially when you've had some time away from your family, you really appreciate them, like, more than ever. You really realize, like, family is so tough. Like, I don't think there's a single person at this table who hasn't complained about their family in therapy, right? Like, so family are so tough because they're so ingrained in who we are, and we love them so much, but they also can affect us so deeply. And it's like, it's so complicated, but at the end of the day, they are your family, and there ain't nobody like family, right? So I wanted to sort of tie in that song that I played for you guys with what we talked about earlier this week when we wrote songs. So, do you remember first of all, what was that experience like for you guys, writing those positive songs?
It was really fun. I liked it.
It's
Yeah.
very relatable in a positive way.
Tell me about that.
So, I wrote it like a lot of them, like of course I had to throw in something funny, but I also put in something relatable.
Yeah.
And like I feel like just staying on a positive subject with something relatable that's kind of dark,
Uh-huh.
like relieving in a way.
It was relieving?
Yeah, it's like writing things out, and it just happens to be music.
Yeah.
It was nice.
What about you, Shakira? What did you think?
I really liked it. I liked hearing everyone's songs, and I liked making up my own. And like trying to stay on the positive note was fun.
I liked it too, staying on the positive note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the point of that exercise, was to stay to like sort of like say this is a time, because I mean there's so much time in rehab when we can focus on what our grievances are and what's bothering us, and it's so important, I think, to also take the time to actually be positive, like willfully positive, because it is a muscle that you have to exercise like everything else, positivity. And if you don't exercise, remember when I played you guys that creepy kid who was like, if you complain a lot, you will get very good at it. Do you remember that? Like it's so true, because you're building a muscle for whatever you do. Whatever you do, and you repeat it, it's a habit. You can call it a habit. You can call it a neural pathway. Call it a muscle. I like to call it a muscle because when you weightlift, you know I'm a big weightlifter, guys. Not really, but when you weightlift, you're working a muscle. It's the same muscle, right? But the more you do it, muscle gets bigger and bigger. And it's the same thing about your thoughts. The more you dwell on negative thoughts, the more power and strength you give to negative thinking. And the more you dwell on positive thinking, the more power and strength you give to positive thoughts. So when we go around and we sit there and I'm like, keep it positive, and I kept making some of you redo it, remember? I was like, we're going to do it again, make it more positive. It's like you realize, oh wow, I have the power to output positivity in the world. And it was within me all along. And I can do it, you know? So I thought, you know, that New Shoes song to me is very positive. I mean, it's just like one of the great positive songs where it's like, this guy's just so appreciative that he has a new pair of shoes in this song. And for some reason, like, he thinks that nothing else matters and you can do no wrong. Like, you can be late without an excuse, because he's just so freaking happy. And he probably can be, because he's outputting such positivity that people are just going to be like, he's late, but look how freaking happy he is. I can't be mad, you know? When you encounter a smile that big, it's going to make you smile. So I thought for the rest of the group today, staying on this theme this week of positivity, I would like to have you guys go around and talk about some things that make you positive, make you happy and appreciative. So whoever wants to start.
Me.
Okay. And now we're not going to grade this with numbers, but we are at the end going to be like, who crushed it the most with this positivity? And we will take a vote.
Like what things
Yeah,
are positive in our lives?
Yeah, you can talk about things you're appreciative of. You could talk about just things that generally make you happy, and just an outputting of positivity. And we'll go around and we'll talk about some really positive stuff, and we're like, oh my god, I can't believe that was me who was just like that freaking positive. So, you want to go first still?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Beachside Teen Treatment Center is a tranquil rehabilitation haven for adolescents struggling with addiction, substance abuse, and co-occurring mental health disorders. Our beautiful residential facility is based in Malibu, California, with panoramic views of the Pacific Ocean. Embodying the key principles of mind-body health, our individualized and diverse treatment plans provide wholesome living in a mostly unplugged and small group environment. At Beachside Teen Treatment Center, we make it a priority to ensure that your loved one receives the highest standard of professional care in a safe, home-like environment, with all of the indoor comforts and amenities, as well as an outdoor expansive natural settling. We accept most major insurances, including United Healthcare, Cigna, and Aetna. For more information about Beachside Teen Treatment Center, call 888-620-3896 today.
So I'll start with the things.
It's totally up to you.
Okay. Well, I like how, like, I feel like I'm most positive when, like, I'm laughing. And, like, other people around me can be sad, but then I'm still laughing.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it's like, why am I sad when, like, she could be so happy?
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like that's, like, really what brings me joy is, like, even if I'm just laughing at myself, like, I just, like, continuously laugh until, like, it's, like, hilarious, until I'm, like, dying.
Uh-huh.
Till you pee.
Yeah. So, like, it's, like, at a point where, like, that's, like, my laughter is when I feel most positive.
I love it.
And then probably, like, around family and friends, like, I'm most positive. And I think, like, when I'm with my family, like, the best of me shows, because it's like they're my siblings or they're my parents, and, like, they understand me the best.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, whenever I'm around my dad, we just, like, instantly click and, like, laugh at everything, because, like, we're, like, the same person at sometimes.
That's cool.
So, like, it's, like, at a point where, like, I always say, like, all you have in life is your family. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, you'll have friends and stuff, but, like, your family's the one that you've been with, like, your whole life. So, like, that's why, like, now, like, in rehab, I feel like no relationship is going to be better than what I have with my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, like, I can laugh, I can cry. Like, mostly laugh, because I don't usually cry with them, but, like, me and my mom cry at, like, stupid, sad movies. And, like, me and my dad, like, watch hilarious movies, and, like, every time he laughs, I just, like, laugh, because, like, I don't even understand the joke, but him laughing creates this, like, burst of happiness in me, where it's, like, God, like, I've never had, like, a better life than this. So I feel like, I don't know, positivity to me means, like, you can have the sad feelings, but, like, you can't, like, let them overrule everything. Because, like, in life, you're gonna be sad, like, bad things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
But, like, to get out of those, you have to realize that, like, you do have happiness. Because, like, I feel like happiness is the light to a dark spot.
Yeah.
And,
I love that.
and, like, I don't know, when other people are sad, I, like, do everything that I can to, like, at least burst a little happiness in them. Because it sucks to be sad. Like, I don't like it. So I feel like if a person's getting used to being sad, they're gonna be sad all the time and relate everything with sadness. So, like, I think by, like, being positive and seeing that happiness is, like, the great ruler of everything, will, like, put your mind to, like, something bigger and, like, something more positive than, like, what it already is. Like, how his parents said that he has to get rid of his friends. My parents did the same thing, and I had to get rid of, like, 2 of my best friends ever. And I realized that afterwards that they kept doing what they were gonna do, and I see, like, where their life is going.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, like, gave me motivation to be like, you know what, I'm gonna get older and I'm gonna be healthier than you. And I'm gonna be happier because I don't have to worry about my health. I can worry about traveling the world. I can worry about doing fun things that they could possibly not.
Hell yeah.
So it's like, I know it sucks in the moment. Like, it really does. Like, I cried so much when I had to say goodbye to them.
Yeah.
But, like, it might be different for me because, like, after I was done being friends with them, like, they didn't reach out or anything.
You weren't as good friends as you thought.
And, like, it shows, like, who like a person is when like you take time away from them and you just like look at them from a view. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, wow, I feel like such a better person now that I'm getting help and I'll be ahead of them.
And maybe one day you'll help them get ahead too.
But like,
Maybe you're inspiring them right now and you don't even know it.
it's just, I feel like really what I learned here is like you gotta carry yourself. Like my brother, he smokes weed and does bad stuff and he's angry all the time. But like I realized that I can't save him.
You can't save him, but you can inspire him by your actions. People see, like, you know, when the term influencers, like Instagram, it's like very true. Like, we're all influencers. Whoever's following our story, whether it's on Instagram or in life, we're influencing them. And if we're influencing them with, like, if they look at us and they're like, wow, that person is doing amazing stuff with their life right now. Like, look at them. They're traveling. Look at them. They're in a great relationship. Look at them. They're loved. Look at them. They love, you know? You're influencing them. And so maybe you can't save the other person, but in a way you can influence them, and then they might be like, I want that for me. How did you do that? Well, I went to rehab. I dealt with stuff. I went to therapy. I got off this and that, and they're like, okay, I can do that. I'm going to try.
But it's also like, I like connecting to you, like when I do get out of here, like encouraging them or inspiring them to like do something about what they're doing. So like to a point where like they could change and then you could like be friends with them again. 'Cause I feel like you act like who you hang out with.
For sure. And how did those people wind up acting that way that you're emulating? They were influenced by someone else. I think that was great. I would say a round of applause. And now we'll put it to the vote. If it was positive, you put one up. If it was very positive, you put up 2. I'm going to do this. All right. Woo! Very positive. All around. Very nice. Okay, you passed the challenge. You ready? You don't have to go yet if you're not ready. It's up to you.
I guess I could go.
Okay.
So it's just like positive things in your life?
Yeah.
So the most positive thing in my life would be my best friend, because she has been there for me through everything. Everything that has ever happened to me, she has always been there to pick me up. And I appreciate her for that. And I love her for that. She means the world to me. And another thing that makes me, that's like positive in my life, is my dog, because she's been like basically a therapy dog my whole life. And she's just so sweet, and she's always there for me. Like, I feel like when I'm sad, like whenever I'm crying, she comes right up to me and starts snuggling up to me. And like, she's always been protective of me. Like, if someone's not being nice to me, she'll literally go attack them. Like, she's bit people that have pushed me before, because she doesn't want anyone to hurt me. And another thing that's positive in my life, that was like the 2 main ones, because I'm trying to make my family more positive, like, but it hasn't been that positive in the past, so I don't really have much to say about that. But yeah.
What about some other things that you really just like in life?
I love cars. Cars are very positive in my life. They get me going. They get me excited. And
I love it. Every
racing.
time we're driving, it's like, you know, he sees a car that he likes when he's like, ah! He like starts freaking out.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah. And
so, by the way, I'm just going to pause to say, look at how you spread positivity. Like, when you see these cars, like what Shakira just said.
Yeah, it makes me happy to see it. It's so funny.
And I love, like, going fast. Like, I love my ATV because it just hauls. And I hope one day I can race. Like, that's my main goal. because that's what I want to do.
Cool.
And basketball is another positive thing in my life because it had always helped me through all my rough times.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You want to hear something funny, by the way, on that subject?
Yeah.
So in another rehab that I do, there's this guy, and I'm like, what do you like? And he's like, I like this, I like that, and hoops. I'm like, basketball? And everyone was laughing at me, like, 'cause, like, I think they're like, look, this dude's so white, like, he has to ask if hoops are basketball. I'm like, well, I'm not hip, like, I don't know that means basketball. I just assumed, because I'm like, you're not a circus person, so I don't think you jump through them, like, so then, like, someone's like, yeah, it could be hula hoops. And then we had this, like, really funny thing where where we played it out, like, if you're asking, like, a thug, not this person, but we made up a fake thug where we're like, yo, man, what you like? And he's like, hoops. And they're like, basketball? Nah. Hula, yo.
Oh my god.
But basketball is awesome.
Yeah.
What do you like about basketball?
It just helps me release my emotions. Like, it just helps me. Like, when I'm angry, it can help me just release that tension.
That's really healthy. And it's also releasing endorphins just from exercising.
Yeah.
When you're playing.
And any kind of exercise helps me. I have a gym membership back at home, and I'm going to be going after school. It's going to be good.
That's awesome. I liked it. You want to leave us with a positive message?
Let me think about it. I just like what you said, like, just when you fall, try to get back up. And when you get up, try to make it the best, like, standing up as you can. Like, think about, like, have you seen Captain Marvel?
Not yet.
Ooh, I don't want to spoil it, but
That's good.
Oh, yeah?
I'll just say, like, she
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
getting back up,
Mhm.
and that, like, inspired me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Guys, 1 for positive, 2 for very positive.
Woohoo!
All around. Nice. On your day that you were, like, not even feeling it.
Yeah.
Proud of you. That was unanimously very positive.
Yeah.
I'm going to the restroom.
Okay. See you soon. Do you ever feel inclined when you go to the bathroom and be like, can I get you guys anything? Like,
I do that.
I'm going to the bathroom. You guys need anything? I'll take like 2 squares of toilet paper if you don't mind, since you're going anyway. I'll take 1 pump of hand soap.
What I'll do is I'll be like, if I'm already getting up, I'll be like, hey, does anybody need anything from the kitchen or anything? But, like,
When you're going to the bathroom,
yeah.
it's like, yeah, just like steal me one of those pieces of potpourri. Thank you. I'll just have a potpourri.
Poopery.
Potpourri. Yeah. I feel like we should wait for Shakira to get back before we continue the exercise. Let me see. We have a little time.
I'll tell some jokes.
Okay, let's hear some
Okay.
jokes.
My mom told me these yesterday or the day before. Why do cows have hooves instead of feet?
Why?
Because they lactose. Why do nurses go to art school?
Why?
They need to learn how to draw blood.
That's so funny. That is like, it's so silly, but it's so funny. Draw blood. Can you imagine it? A bunch of nurses with like canvases and red paint. It's like, all right.
Scary. I don't want my nurse doing that.
It's like, all right. Thank you for filling the time with jokes.
You're welcome.
Good humor. Good humor. My Scottish cousin always says that. You know, I like very good humor. You've got some very good humor. My cousin is hilarious in Scotland. One time he says,
Scotland.
he goes, I need to tell you something. I go, okay. He's like, I like blokes. I'm like, so you're gay? He's like, but I also like birds. I'm like, so you're bi? He's like, no. I'm both, but I'm neither. So you're confusing. Thank you. All right. You're up.
You didn't go?
We waited for you.
Huh?
Just go.
You went?
Shakira,
Okay,
I'm
I'll
pointing
go.
you to go.
Okay.
Max will close it out for us today.
So, Friends is really positive thing in my life because I didn't always have family to be there for me. So, like when I turned to my friends and they were always there, that's been huge. Like it was always like an escape for me kind of, but in a healthy way. Like I thought like, oh, I can't be happy, and then I went out with my friends and I would just laugh and like forget about whatever else was going on. Something else I love is like doing things together with people. So I don't know why it just like came up recently, like singing, or like when we were in the pool yesterday, we did like all our laps that we had to do together.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, now we're gonna do this, and like it just makes it so much more fun and so much easier, kind of. Like usually when I'm doing it, I'm always out of breath and I'm like, I don't want to continue. But like I guess also it's like healthy competition. Like I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So that brings a lot of joy to me. The fact that I have a family now, like a guardian and a family that I live with. I thought I would never have that. Like when I left my house at 14 and I lived with like a couple different, like 12 different families, and I thought like each one, and like it took till the 12th one for me to actually settle down there, and they eventually got guardianship over me. But like never in a million years did I think that would happen. I thought I would just like always be a loner, kind of. Like I used to walk around feeling like I was alone in the world or whatever, and now like connecting with others, like even on such a stupid level, is a huge thing. So yeah, the fact that I have a family, and like even if they're not by blood, and I always say now what you said, like you're that special. Ah! Oh,
Yeah.
I thought there was a bug. Like you're that special that this family took you in and all that stuff. So that brings me a lot of positivity.
I'm glad.
Mhm.
It's so true, though. It really is. I don't think any other family would take me, for sure. You have to be really special for that.
What else? I don't know, I guess like just having a second chance. Like seeing my friends in recovery from like their eating disorders and stuff, that also brings me a lot of joy, because I used to focus on all the people who would relapse.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when I relapsed and I went back, there was like 4 other girls there that I was with the first time that had relapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all kind of like, what the hell, like what happened? Why did we all come back?
Yeah.
And I was talking to my therapist about it, and she's like, you could focus on all the people who relapse, or you can focus on all the people who didn't come back.
Yeah.
And that was like really helpful, because I was there with so many girls that there was like 17 of us at a time, and only 4 that I knew went back. So it's like,
And I want to add one thing. Even the ones that relapsed and went back are not the ones who relapsed and quit.
exactly, like they ended up back in treatment to get the help. And so I guess just seeing people in recovery of something that I struggle with is a big thing for me. Like it helps me with motivation a lot.
By the way, I want to tell you guys, just because you brought it up, something else. One of my Sharkman revelations. I realized something this week. Also, I don't think I'm gonna say I struggle with my weight anymore, because I don't like continuing the word struggle. I've always used it like you use it. But like if I'm still saying I struggle, then I'm perpetuating the struggle. I think from now on I'm going to be like I'm conquering. Just changing the language just to like
I like that.
think about like, there's this thing I'm in the process of conquering instead of this thing I'm struggling with. Like, struggle is over. The conquering has begun. You know?
Mhm.
I don't struggle with my weight. I conquer my weight, you know? I don't struggle with my addictions. I conquer my addictions. It's like, as long as we continue to say struggle, we will struggle. But I think it's once we start saying conquer, we will conquer. You know? And if conquer's not your word, you find your word, you know? But like, I think it fits the theme of positivity today. And I don't want to take away from what you were saying, so I want to turn it back to you. But please finish your message for us. And if you forgot where you were, I could tell you exactly where you were.
So basically, at the end of the day, like, connection with other people and relationships that are positive, and even if it's not by blood, but family, and like just being grateful, because like kind of like seeing the cup half full. Like that's a new thing for me, to start seeing the cup half full and being grateful for what I do have instead of focusing on what I don't.
I love it. Positivity or very positive. Wow, 4.
First she did this.
Nice. Maxwell, take us home.
I think my family is something very positive in my life. Not my blood relatives. Well, not just my blood relatives, but like my actual family. The ones that I care about deeply. And
Like me?
Yeah, like you.
Okay,
Like
good.
everyone here. I would actually like live for you. Dying is too easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're saying that.
Reason.
What?
I love Suicide Squad for that reason. That quote.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we're wrapping up right now.
Okay, but like my family, they're very positive in my life, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. I've had people like die that I was really close to, like not commit suicide, but like just get old and die, or have an illness and die. Like I had this lady, she was like really close. She was like an aunt to me, and she and my mom were best friends, and then she picked up smoking, and like immediately she like got cancer and died.
Damn.
And it was horrible, and it's just, she was really close to me, and it was sad. But I mean, she fought through cancer. Like the second she found out she had cancer, she quit. She's like, I'm done, I don't want to. But it got really bad really fast and took over her. Where was I?
Steer it positive.
Yeah, steer positive. But my family, they're really positive. Like they make me laugh, they make me smile. Even in like the darkest of days, they make me be me. Even when I'm zombified, I have at least a smile on my face. Alright, that's it.
Alright. Woo! Alright. Positive? I'm going to give it 2. I loved it. It's a good message, and it's a good way to end off our group today. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you for listening to Unnoticed Observer, your window into group therapy. Each episode covers a new theme to open the conversation about mental health and offer insight and guidance. New episodes are released every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Join us on your favorite podcast listening app, and make sure to subscribe and follow us on Facebook at Unnoticed Observer Podcast for more. And remember, if you or someone you love is struggling with any mood, behavioral, or personality-related matters, there is help.